Happy New Year. It's 2025.
Happy New Year's.
Well, to start off, I just want to thank everybody who is fighting the fires out in LA County. Let's make sure that we say a little prayer for them, and hopefully that is over ASAP, really quickly. But nonetheless, today on Casa de Amigos, I have some amigas. I have the amigas of Primetime Lending. Woo! Go ahead and introduce yourselves, please.
I am Hilda Castillo.
Adrian Lopez, loan officer.
Julia Ponce, loan assistant.
Andrea Salas, loan assistant.
These are some fabulous ladies. Look at, if you want to get approved, you come to Primetime Lending. And y'all already know, I've talked about Primetime Lending in previous episodes that I know you've watched. So I'm going to ask these ladies some questions because a lot of the times we think we're not ready to buy a home. And guess what? 9 times out of 10 we are. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Correct.
And we're a lot closer than we think. And it's not as hard as you may think it is to purchase a home. It's fulfilling. It's a goal that should be on everybody's list, on everybody's bucket list. And if 2025 is your year, we hope that you reach out to us and let us guide you. So first and foremost, I want to know, how long have you ladies been in the business?
Oh, wow.
First of all.
Long time.
Very long time.
So we season. We're like fine wine over here, okay? We're like fine wine. Or some good cheese. Some good cheese too. So, what brought you into lending? Because I know what brought me into real estate, and I really found like a great office, a great brokerage, a great office that I can really say is family. And we're all very close, and helping people, guiding others, and knowing that I'm in this business to be able to help people because of my integrity, right? Mm-hmm. What brought you ladies into the lending business?
So, do you want to go first? Or me? Okay. So I started in 2001 as a receptionist, and then 2 years I got promoted to a funder, and then my cousin's husband started his own business, and after that he invited me to come work for him as a processor. So I was a processor for about 10 to 12 years. And then in 2015, I decided to get my license for loan officer. Nice. So I've done everything from beginning to end: receptionist, auditor, funder, doctor.
What made you want to get your license? Why not stay a processor? What made you want to get your license?
The money. Just kidding. No, also time too.
Here, that's right.
No, also time, like processing is from 9 to 5, with having your own business, your license, you have your own, it's your own business. So people do think that you don't, you can make your own hours, but you do actually have to work more, weekends now. And, but you still you can time manage your time. And
you work more, but in a sense, I get what you're saying. You're able to control your time.
Yeah.
You're able to piece out, and I get what you're saying. And then like a lot of the times, what I do when it comes to my children is that my children are meeting. Correct. So like if I need something to do, but I get what you're saying. It's kind of like, yes, you work more.
Especially if you have kids, if you want to take some time off with them and, for a school meeting or a little vacation with them, we can do that. We can come in an hour late or 2 hours and just time manage. And then also, I found it very rewarding to help clients. Like once they get their keys, that's like the best, to help them, achieve their dream and become homeowners.
Yeah, key transfer day, it's serious. Okay? It's a whole production. Like I don't. It's like when it's Disneyland. I don't sleep the night before.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you're nervous the night before.
Right?
Yeah.
Key transfer day, it's like, forget everything else that happened in the last 30 days.
Yeah.
Like
Today is your day.
Christmas, I get their gifts ready, a whole sign welcome home, and it's and just to tell them you're funded, you're recorded, you're gonna get your keys. That's just the best.
It's just.
So Hilda, how long have you been in the business, and what brought you into it?
I actually was working at the bank, doing a little bit of new accounts as a teller. I did that for about maybe 5-6 years, and then from there I decided to become a real estate agent. So I actually went towards getting my real estate license. not knowing what you guys actually have to do, showing properties and everything else. I'm more
Say
of
it louder for the people in the back.
real estate agent, man. So I'm more of a numbers girl. I have always been very good with math and everything. So from there, I branched out I did get my real estate license, but I never have done anything of real estate as what you do. So I went directly with numbers. So that's where I became as a loan officer. And I immediately became a loan officer. I've been doing this now for 23 years. My rewards on this part right here is I just love educating the client, telling them, you know what, these are the programs that's out there, but you know what though, you may not qualify, or you don't qualify because of this, and this. Lots of people out there in the business as a loan officer, they just basically take your paperwork, they take copies, I'll communicate back to you. It may take a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even longer than that. I like to do everything on the spot, pre-qualify them right there, run their credit, educate them about the process of the credit, because that's the main thing that we have to worry about as well, apart from the income. But overall, just telling them the reasons why, because most of the time when you are buying a property, you're very happy and eager on finding that property, especially when you find the property. They're telling everybody, the family, the friends, and those family and friends, yes, they're there to help you and guide you, but everything changes throughout the process. So if they purchased a home 10 years ago, it's not the same guidelines as of right now. So I like to educate my clients, telling them, you don't qualify going conventional, for instance, because you have a lower FICO score, for instance. But they're going to know the reason behind that, and then we'll walk you through the process. So if you don't qualify now, we're here to guide you through the process and be able to get you into that home. Maybe it might not be now, but it could be within 5-6 months. But you're going to have something from Adrian or myself telling you what you need to do to be able to get there.
Yeah.
A lot of people over there, or in the outside, loan officers, they just basically tell you, oh, okay, you're approved. Here it is for $500,000, where you're going to put 3.5% down. Well, what else? What's a rate? What's a payment? That payment especially, because you may qualify for a high amount, and that mortgage payment could be, let's say, $4,500, but you could only afford, let's say, $4,000.
You have to
That
be
makes a
comfortable.
big difference, right, Alex?
And that's what in speaking with clients, they've said that Primetime lending is very personal. Sometimes they've gone to other big names, big banks, and they're like, we don't get the customer service with those big names and big banks like we do with Primetime lending. And mind you, to my understanding, with Primetime lending, you guys have your affiliates, right? You have your banks that you work with. The difference is, and this is so important, being able to get a hold of your loan officer.
Yes.
I would drop this mic. I would drop this mic, but my broker would be very upset. But being able to get a hold of your loan officer, your loan officer is not only educated with one bank, but multiple banks, multiple options, multiple lending programs. And that's important because although, like Hilda mentioned, yes, you can have a pre-approval and you can get pre-approved. What else?
Yeah.
What are my options? And that's the biggest thing, is that you shouldn't only have one option. You can get pre-approved, which is entirely free. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Your pre-approval is entirely free.
No obligation, no
no
charge.
obligation, no charge. You can even do come in, sit down meeting, talk to one of our lenders or their assistants. Talk to them and say, this is my plan. This is what I want to do. This is where my credit's at. This is what I have. This is where I work. And they will advise you on how to get to that end goal. Yes or no?
Like Hilda said, we like to educate our clients, and when we meet with a client, I provide them with a first-time home buyers packet for the first-time home buyers,
Right.
with a lot of good information, like the process, the underwriting process, and the real estate process, escrow process, title, what everybody does. So they're familiarized with everybody, and also their credit. I like to go over their credit, and if we need to get their scores up higher, what they need to do, we give them tips.
Yeah.
Funds, we educate them on funds, everything. We provide them a complete package.
And that's what I hear all the time, is that, oh, so-and-so never told me any of this.
Yeah.
Like these other banks, they don't have the time to be able to make it personal, to be able to hold your hand and truly guide you along the way as a homeowner or an aspiring home buyer deserves. In all honesty, I get that a lot there. Oh my gosh, I texted you at 11 o'clock at night and you guys responded. We sure did.
Yeah, we did.
You know, and if I get up at 3 a.m. to use the ladies' restroom and I see a text, I will respond because if I don't, I'll forget. But anyways.
One thing as well is when you guys come with us, you're not going to just have a direct line and then leave a voicemail. You're going to actually have our cell numbers. You can call us, text us with any questions, any answers. We're here to educate you. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 question or 20 questions. We will walk you through. We'll walk you through it and then hold your hand through the process with your agent as well. So, and again, we're not like a loan officer from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. We're available anytime. If you call us on the weekend, we're available. We're going to pick up and answer that call or that text message. So that's one thing that's going to help you, and that's one thing that stands out on the way that we work. We want to make sure. And as well, you know, if Alex has a question regarding saying, oh, you know what, I have this kind of showing properties, I need a pre-approval letter. Okay, let me jump on there right now. It could be on Saturday at 5 o'clock. If we're available, she's going to have that so she could submit that offer.
Yeah, we understand it's a big investment and it can be scary and there's a lot of questions, and that's what we're here for, to walk you through the process.
And it's important to work with the right realtor as well, because trust in this process. I mean, aside from getting married and having children, home buying is one of the biggest things that you will ever do. Yeah. And like the boys aren't here with me. I know Francisco's out showing properties. I believe George is recording properties and Chris is listing a property. And that's 24/7. That's who we are and that's what we do because we love what we do. Julia and Andrea.
Hello. Hi.
What brought you ladies into the business?
You go first.
For me, it was this wonderful lady to my right. I came in to Century 21 and Primetime Realtors, woo-woo, under Felix, who's amazing. And Adrian and I just
hit it off.
And she, at one time, was the single mom of 3 babies. And at the time that I came in, I was a single mom of 3 babies. So she really took me under her wing and has taught me so much. And I've grown such a passion for mortgage loans because of her. And it's just like her heart in loving people and doing the business that is so gratifying. You know, just like agents, like how she said, key day. Like for us, every day, we need to be in constant contact with our buyers because every single day, something's different. Real estate, if you haven't done it and you're afraid of it, because people have told you it's difficult, but if you have the right lenders and the right agents, the process is smooth.
It's so much fun.
It's so much fun. And really, I love to believe that, like, we are the myth busters. Like, every myth that you have that you're afraid to buy, we will bust them for you, because
that is perfectly put.
That's how I feel like we do. And any documentation we ask of you is not any different documentation that a landlord will ask of you.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're stepping into a different obligation. It's the same kind of thing. It's whether you want to own the home or you want to pay somebody else's home.
Yep.
And for us, we love to know that you're buying houses. Yes, good for our business, but good for our country, good for our people. Like, we're in a business to grow others. And if you call one of us, or if you work with Primetime Lending, it's the 4 of us. If Hilda's busy, Adrian will answer. If Adrian's busy, I will answer. It's not going to slip through the cracks. And we hold each other accountable. But mortgage, loans, and lending is such a great career that I encourage so many
it's so rewarding,
moms to
so
get
fulfilling.
into. It's so good.
If you're a female,
if you are even like
in this business,
yes.
Can we get a moment of silence for females in this business, please? No, but
because our phones are on all the time.
Yeah,
perfectly
and we have kids at home.
Yes,
and, but we know what we're doing, and we do it with pride.
You know what? Though, no shade to the males.
No shade to the males,
but females.
We know how to multitask.
That's very well.
And we know how to pick good people to multitask with. And that you'll get here with us.
And you said it very well. Mythbusters. Because there's such a stigma around real estate in general, and it shouldn't be that way. And I think they instilled that fear in us. Mm-hmm. But guess what? It's 2025.
We take our power back.
2025.
One
Take
thing
our
that
power
I
back.
tell you is that myth, the number one myth for everybody is, I need $20,000-$30,000 to buy a property. That's a
Or
myth
25 down.
Yeah.
That's not
No.
true anymore.
No. You could
Not
come
even
in-
10.
You could come in with almost zero out of your pocket.
So many
Again,
programs.
Yes,
So
we have
many
down
programs.
payment assistance. So come
And
and
there's-
talk to us.
And there's no shame in down payment assistance
Not
programs.
only that.
It is not EBT for real estate.
No.
It is not welfare. It is something put in place that you eventually pay back. Nobody's
Yeah.
helping
Yes.
you. Like
It's
it helps you get into the place. It doesn't label you any less than the conventionals.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's bust that myth right now.
Not that there is any shame in EBT
Not
or
that-
welfare.
Right,
Anyway.
absolutely not.
Right.
But when we hear people call, they're like, I don't qualify for that. Like, listen, I'm not,
okay
I'm
if
not
we do.
trying to assume your income. I'm just telling you that there are programs in place that we can help you.
And if I were to
You
get
know?
an EBT card in the mail, you bet your ass I'm going to use
Yes,
it. Okay.
Has anybody been to the
Give me that government money.
I'll take all the government cheese.
Right? But yes,
actually
like
really good.
there's
You get a
so
lot
many
of money.
programs, like platinum programs, like first responders, educators. If you get paid by
Yes.
if you work for the district,
Yes.
Any lunch ladies.
okay,
Anybody.
there's so many programs, and if you are unaware of them, you know who to call. You know who to reach out to. Okay, let's go with Andrea. What got you into the business?
Yeah, I started in the business about 2 years ago, and I've actually always had family in the industry. So I actually started because of my aunt, which is Hilda Castillo. She's my boss and my aunt. And my brother, which is part of the Casa de Amigos podcast.
Yes,
George
Jorge.
Salas.
George.
Yeah. They both kind of introduced me to the industry.
George is the bartender, the one that makes all the drinks.
Yeah, he's kind of the
And
life
he's
of the
great at
party
it,
in the office. Yeah, he kind of always nudged me to get into the industry, so I kind of took the leap in and finally hit up my aunt and decided to get into the industry, and I took her offer in and became her assistant, and she's been teaching me all of the ways, and I love seeing how we can help people afford to get a home and seeing how we can get everyone. One thing I love about seeing how we can help people is that even if you're shopping around for lenders, we only want the best for you. Right. If you can find another lender that can beat a better deal than we can, we will tell you the truth and tell you to go with them.
Yes.
We
will.
do
Yes.
not want you just for your money. We
Yes.
want you to get the best deal that you possibly can, regardless of if that's with us or if that's with someone else.
Right.
We're, at the end of the day, we just want what's best for you, regardless if it's that with us or someone else.
And when you
So-
do good, when you put good out there, and when you do good and you're really looking out for people, good will find you and come back to you.
That's right.
And our office, not only our Primetime Lending, but our Success Escrow and Primetime Realtors, we are such faith-based, and we strongly believe that if it's meant for us, it will find us.
Correct.
And if we're meant to work with certain individuals, we will work with them. And I love that you said that, Andrea. Like, we really want the best for you. And if there's something out there, or you feel like you're getting a better deal somewhere else, so be it. Or if you are unaware and you want a second opinion, we're here. We're here to
I've
help.
turned away so much business, people calling me that they want to refinance, and I tell them it's not time yet. The rates are still high.
Yeah.
They're only going to save $5,200, and they have other lenders calling them. I'm like, yeah, they just want to check, you know,
Yeah.
they don't care. But I'm telling you, like, I'm willing to turn you away to tell you that it's not
It's not
time.
the right time.
Yeah.
It's not the right
Because
time.
I care for them. I want them to keep their home and be comfortable with their payment and have a true savings.
Or a
you know?
big takeaway I remember also was when we would have clients come in and get pre-approved. Yes, you could get pre-approved, but if you pay down some debt, you can qualify for more, or you jump into this bracket. So that's what we're here for. Like, money, it's gonna come one way or another, whatever we're doing, wherever we work, right? But to feel fulfilled and know that you're doing the right thing for people out there, and I don't know, I want to go back, especially as a female. Like, we got to look out for our people. We got to look out for one another. We got to make sure that we're putting back good into this world. You know, our people out there, like Julia had mentioned earlier.
Yeah, one thing that you have to be very careful. We're here when you come and when you speak to us. We're going to tell you exactly what it is. We're not going to,
Candy coated.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to tell you what it is versus other people out there that just may want to tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's not that the true story or the rate that they're telling you, the payment, what it is. It is what, we tell you what it is.
Yeah.
So like Adrian said, we're not going to sugarcoat it. But at the same time, we're here and we're very patient to help you and eager to be able to help you guys to find a home or even to refinance, like she had mentioned. And we have steered people away for that because or at least our prescription, the way that we think is like karma. We want to do things that we want to be done to us and not to do others. So obviously, if we don't want to be ripped off, for instance, or we're not going to rip off anybody else. If I want someone to treat me with respect and in the sense of, it doesn't matter if you're wearing or the way that you're dressed, I'm going to treat you exactly the same because it doesn't matter if you're in a suit or you're you could say in chanclas, you're treated the same. Yeah. And we are a big family here. And, this is I would think this is our primary family because we spend more hours here at the office than at home, basically.
Yeah. We have a lot of integrity, values, and morals. That's very important to us.
Yes.
It's so important to us. And it's also very important to our broker next door.
Yes.
So we hold ourselves accountable to all of
especially
that.
what talks a lot is the time that we have been in the business. We have been in the business for at least 22, 23 years.
Over 20 years, yeah.
We have never gone out of the real estate business. That basically makes a big
difference because we're knowledgeable
Exactly.
in every aspect, pretty much.
Yes, and the people that are, that they're telling you what you want to hear, obviously they go in and out, or maybe they, they're not
Are in it for a quick buck, one or two transactions, and then,
To go off what Hilda said, we all hear it, numbers don't lie.
Right.
So in our business, it doesn't matter what anybody else tells you. In our business, we all follow the same rules. All the big banks only buy certain things that fall under our guidelines. So you'll have a lot of lenders who are like, yeah, we'll do it. Let's get it done. And they're 15 days in escrow. And they're like, actually, you guys, your payments are going to be $1,500 more.
Yeah.
And the buyers are like,
no.
What?
But, it sounds good going in. And they give you so many promises. We're here. We'll be like, listen, you're not going to be able to buy for 5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And I would rather tell you up front, you're not going to buy 5 or 6 months till you find your dream home, start furnishing it in your head, only for that lender to be like, oh, I missed something.
Or tell them
you
their
didn't
true
miss
payment.
anything because numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
We know from the day that we pre-qualify you, unless you, get a cheaper house or a more expensive one, we know what your payment will be like, what it looks like, what your insurance will be like. So if any pop-ups come up, which of course they do, we're in constant contact, but other lenders might tell you sweeter things. And if we know sweeter things and we're like, sorry, we can't do that here. We know so-and-so over there because we have friends in the lending business.
Right.
But sometimes things are too good to be true and you have to listen to your agents. If we tell you wait 6 months to fix your credit, that's only because your mortgage payment is going to be so much lower for the next 30 years than it would be if you jumped in now. We're not trying to, discredit anybody. We're trying to get you the biggest bang for your buck. We don't make any more money or any less money.
Exactly.
We do it because we care for the individuals,
Exactly.
and their families. Or we know that if we promise you this at that and you end up being $1,000 poor a month, we all live in the same economy. We all want to be truthful.
We all know eggs.
We all
eggs have
know.
skyrocketed.
Oh my gosh,
And
it's
all know.
$9
Yes.
a dozen right now.
$9 doesn't are these chickens walking around with esclavas?
Is that the golden egg?
Is that the golden egg?
Here.
Dios mío. But not to change gears a little bit, but I want to know I want to know a little bit about you ladies, personally. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? What's your favorite food? Let us get to know you on a little more personal level before I get into the next question with the nitty-gritty, the fun of lending.
Go ahead, you go first.
Okay. My hobbies is I go to the gym on a daily basis. I love going at the gym. I'm at the gym at 5 o'clock. I'm sorry. My classes start at 5 o'clock. So I'm actually at the gym anywhere from about 4:30, probably the earliest. And sometimes I'll go twice a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I love doing cycling, especially outdoor cycling. I have my cycle bike as well. And I love cycling at the gym at the same time. I myself, I am the old-fashioned women where it's on me. I cook. I clean my house. I mean, I do everything for my husband and for my kids.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
She loves to iron.
Hold on.
I think that's your hobby.
Actually, yes, that is my relaxation. I love to iron.
And a wet towel.
You know what? Everything that you need to do on there is you have to have like a good equipment. So I have a very fancy iron, and I love to iron.
High tech.
So does Adrian.
I iron everything.
I don't like to iron though.
Yeah, nice iron. Adrian has like a metal iron.
Yeah, so I iron everything except for underwears and socks, basically. Other than that, I iron everything. My son's room, my husband's.
At 1 o'clock in the
closet.
morning.
Well, actually, I got better because now I do that after the gym because everyone's asleep still.
Yeah.
And so I take that time and I iron during that time period. But that's my relaxation. And when they see that
I'll be upset ironing.
Okay, so when they see that I have my iron out, it's my TV, it's my living room,
Nice.
and don't bother me. That's my relaxation time. Also, so that's actually is my hobby. I love that one. But yeah, apart from that, I like to work out, and I like to cook. I am a very good cook as well.
Very good cook.
So that's another thing that I like to do. I have 3 boys, and right now we are in. Hopefully, we're going to be adopting 3 girls, my nieces.
Woo-hoo.
So we just got them right now, and we're going to start the paperwork as well. So now instead of saying I have 3, I have now 6. 3 boys and 3 girls. They're all teenagers, basically. So I have, just so you can know, I have a 14, a 15, a 16, a 17. Then I have a 23, a 28. So those are the 6 that we now have. I have 2 grandchildren, ages 3, and the other one is 9 months right now. I have
Brand new.
Yes.
Organic.
Yes. I have been married to my husband for 29 years. This year in 2025, it's going to be 30 years married. What else? Anything else?
I think you got it.
All right.
So now, Adrian.
I have 3 kids, 29, 21, and 18. I am married. My husband is in the real estate business. He's a realtor.
Who's your husband? Who's your husband?
He's a broker.
Shout out.
Felix Lopez. He's the broker of Century 21. I just became a grandma 6 months ago, so my first grandbaby, and I love him. Yes, I try to babysit as much as I can. You know, he's
Mortgage business.
Yeah.
Freedom.
So that takes a lot of my time too right now. What else? My hobbies: gardening. I love to garden. Planting. Iris is my favorite flower, so I have a lot of different colors of irises in my backyard. And I love to cook too. I'm pretty much how old-fashioned as well too. How Hilda said, I work, get home about 5 o'clock, make dinner for the family. I'd rather have a homemade dinner than fast food. That's pretty much
Thank you. Julia?
Nice. I am a mom as well as a loan assistant. I am blessed to have 6 children.
Nice.
Like Hilda, I have a 10-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, another 5-year-old who just turned 5, and a soon-to-be 1-year-old. I'm expecting another baby.
Yay! We love babies.
Number 7.
Lucky 7.
Lucky 7. And so my hobby is being a mom. There's not much more for me to do.
Yeah.
Something
Same.
I really love for myself is to eat. That is my hobby. That is what brings me joy. Selfishly, I like to eat by myself.
Good.
And like
As
not,
you
you know, so when we
As
come
you
into
should.
work, I'm like, oh no, Mama gets a good lunch, maybe even a good breakfast. That's my hobby. I love the Lord. That's my passion in life, first and foremost. You know, I live unto Him. And then just serving people. And if that's whether on the street or in our business or, you know,
Anywhere.
Yeah.
anywhere, that's just my hobby.
Whomever
I
we
guess.
cross paths with.
Whomever the Lord puts in front of me,
That's right.
I'm grateful.
That's right.
So-
Oh, thank you,
Thank
Julia.
you.
And Andrea?
All right, I do not have any kids, unlike any of them.
She's a young one.
But I'm a loan officer assistant, and then I am also a server. So I do that Monday to Friday, and then I love going on hikes on the weekends. So I do that with my boyfriend, and then we usually do end up like going out to eat. I love sushi; that's my favorite food. Unfortunately, he's allergic to fish, so we don't do that. But we usually do some other type of like restaurant food. And we love doing that like as a hobby. So we usually find some type of like hiking trail in the morning on the weekends. And then besides that, like that's usually like our hobby. And then besides that, I usually just like to relax. I try to find time to hang out with some friends. And that usually takes up some of my time.
That's so healthy.
Monday through Friday with those two jobs. And then I try to just find as much time to be social as possible.
Good.
That sounds like a good 20-year-old life.
That's a good balance.
Yes.
We love Andrea. We love Andrea here.
Live it up.
But no, now thank you, ladies, for sharing a little personal. But I want to hear. Lastly, I want to know about something funny, because numbers can be boring. Listen, I didn't like math in high school.
Oh, no, me
Let alone
neither.
in college. We're not all Hilda, okay?
We're not all
But
I passed with a D.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand math.
numbers are like, right? Any memory that stands out from any file you had, something funny or something that you were like, shit.
I had one time we were ready to fund. It was funding day, and so QC always does their final verification of employment. And so they did. They called
What's
me.
QC?
Quality control.
Quality control.
Yeah.
Does their final verification of employment
Yes.
right before we're going to close escrow.
Yes.
Write that down,
So
people.
they call their jobs to see that they're just that they're still working. They don't verify employment or anything like that, but they just want to make sure the client is still at their job. And they had been fired a few days prior, and the client didn't tell me, so we had to pull that file. So that was upsetting. And when I called the client, they're like, "Really?" I didn't know. I thought I was on vacation. So I think she knew, but she just didn't, she was trying to get away with it, but she
needless to
didn't inform
say-
me.
Needless to say, listen, lending is like your lawyer. Okay? They're
You
going
need to
find
let
out.
me know. And you need to let me know so I can help you.
Yes, they're gonna find out. They're gonna
Yeah.
know. It's gonna surface. Whatever happens in darkness always comes to light.
Yes.
And always tell us in advance.
Yes.
anything,
We're here to help you guys so we
situation.
can
If you're
find a
changing-
solution.
Yeah, if you're changing jobs or, you're going on maternity leave or whatever it may be, let us know because we're going to tell you and guide you on that. So we're not here to basically, tell you, no, you can't do that. It's just let us know. We're going to walk you through the process. So anything, I actually had one similar like that, but what my client did is you are never supposed, when you start in the process of a home loan, you guys, don't be buying anything on credit or co-signing anybody. I had one that we were ready to fund, which basically means that we're in the final stages. So we're going to wire the money to escrow, and normally that same day or the next day gets recorded and you become a homeowner. Well, they always verify your credit at the end, right?
Soft pull.
Yes, just making sure that you don't owe anything extra, or you just applied for credit or anything like that.
Anything that would kick you out of continuing to qualify.
Yeah.
Yes.
That includes Victoria's Secret credit cards.
Because it increases your
Anything.
debt to income ratio. So
So my client went and they co-signed for somebody else, thinking, "Oh, hey, it's not my debt. I just co-signed," and that one fell out of escrow as well. Well, actually, it didn't fall out of escrow. We had another backup as a co-signer, but it took us a little bit longer to close that transaction. And of course, we have to notify everybody. We have to notify you as the agent and also the other agent. And as long as everyone's on board and wanting to continue, then yeah, but that one we did close on that one.
Nice. Just recently, I had one where we were gonna get ready to close, and my clients are like, "Oh, we're leaving for our cruise." I said, "Excuse me, what? We're not sending a notary on the ship."
we want a 12-day escrow too. I'm like, oh God.
Right? And I'm like, wait a minute, you're going on a cruise, but you're supposed to be signing for your home. So we had to extend escrow. Thankfully, all parties involved were okay with it, but just communicate, just let us know. And they were like, "Oh, I thought I told you, honey."
I had to remember that.
But nonetheless, I want to thank the ladies of Primetime Lending for being here on a Friday. Again, Happy New Year. Make 2025 great. Whatever you didn't do or you feel you shouldn't have done, or because somebody else, you wanted to put somebody else first, or you wanted, no.
And get qualified.
Get qualified.
And buy a damn house in 2025.
If you want to buy a house this year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now,
Come make an appointment with us.
Get
No
pre-qualified.
obligation, no charge.
Put yourself
Just reach
first.
out.
Yeah.
Put your goals first.
Let's get you ready for it.
You have to take the initiative first. It doesn't matter if you're not going to buy this year. Take the initiative. Come and talk to us. We're going to guide
We'll
you,
get
and you're
you
going
ready.
to know a little bit more than any other person. And that way, when you are ready, you're ready. We're ready to help you guys.
Yes.
Again, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we can jump on another podcast soon. I'll have some more amigos or amigas. Come on, maybe the guys will be back and off from doing what they're doing and not leave me by myself. But it's okay. I enjoyed it. Girl power.
Yeah.
Girl power today. Thank you guys. Adios, amigos.
Bye.